supplies bid number 15-916. Motion. Support.
Motion by Mr. Zorn, support by Mr. Masters, that we accept the chemical supplies bid. Any discussion on that?
Yeah, I have a question or two. I know that previously we had problems with Empire, and talking with a couple of buildings and the transportation department. These problems have been ongoing. Do we have enough supplies to complete our summer projects for our buildings?
Yes, and as soon as we get this set up, then they can begin ordering.
Okay. Do we have a time frame when they can begin ordering the
They're
supplies?
ready to get the ball rolling as soon as we're approved.
They can put the purchase order in tomorrow and get everything approved and then begin ordering because we've approved the bid.
Okay.
So once they do their purchase orders and pull through and start ordering.
Do we have any type of probationary period when we take on new vendors such as this? Because my understanding is that the Imperial people, this has been ongoing lengthy term to where we probably should have maybe moved sooner. Is there anything in these bids that say if they don't fulfill their needs within X amount of days, or we can terminate the contract and move on instead of being tied to something that don't work for a year? Is that in there, or is that something?
And with Empire, in the beginning, Empire was working, and then it's been in the past 12 months that they've started rebilling us for previous years and not filling the orders correctly. So that's kind of why we did it. But we can monitor these closely and make sure within 6 months whether we want to.
I mean, I've even heard that the Empire people sent wrong shipments, wanted the invoice paid, then 2 weeks to return, another 2 weeks on top of that to receive our money back, and then there was a restocking fee and a ship back fee, but the mistake that was made was on their end, not on our end.
Correct.
I don't want us to get involved in something like that again, because that's ridiculous. Why would you can't do business like that.
Do we sign a contract with Lower Huron, or is it just our vendor?
We do purchase orders.
I don't, I mean, we don't have, we're not locked into for the school year. Like if we have problems with Lower Huron, we could just change vendors if we choose to at any point,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
So we're not tied into a contract.
Yeah.
Well, I've just seen in the past where we
Yep.
wrote out the year, and
Right.
I mean, we shouldn't have been riding for 6 months. If it was
No,
6 days
absolutely.
or 2 weeks or something, that's one thing, but halfway in, it's not working, and we take it to the end.
Yeah,
that's not very productive.
Well,
Okay, thank you.
I believe we had a contract with Empire because it expired June 30th. So, excuse me, as soon as we knew we were free and clear, then we got out and got it posted.
So.
Well, I mean, it works the same way with the tire bid, and each year when I was at transportation, you bid the tires out, but you just made sure that the company you were working with would extend you in the first 2 weeks of July just on an invoice by need basis, as opposed to what the locked-in contract was.
We've actually been already purchasing from Lower Huron in an emergency because they have a warehouse, so we called and said, please, and they've been on the spot.
Well, I just don't want to, I mean, these people are working hard in the heat and everything. I don't want to see them, comes down to the end and something wasn't finished because we don't have supplies, but yet they were trying. I just don't want to see that happen, and it's came up more than once here in the last couple of weeks, and so I went and talked to a few people that I know do what they're supposed to be doing, and they just gave me a little insight on that, and I wondered why that we waited, we knew there was a problem, that we didn't bail and look for somebody else.
Next time, call me, because we've been working on it, and we've been getting supplies as they needed it.
Well, I'm not saying that they're out, I'm just saying that they're concerned that, they know how much it takes. They've been doing these buildings for a number of years, and they're worried that they're not going to have enough to finish.
Now, Kathy just brought to my attention that that's only a $600 purchase order.
I was going to bring that up, yeah.
I think that I looked at that myself, it looks like they itemized some things in the total to purchase that
Oh, they
list of
just
things
went
is
line
what that
item.
was based off of.
It's
Because I
per
seen that
item.
too.
What they did is they went through it per item and compared everything per
No,
item.
I seen what they did, because I seen $1 million for milk, but I'm only gonna spend $650 some for 20 some buildings, but then I seen what they did, so.
Okay, we're good, we're saving money. That was the
That would be
best
great,
way-
you know, sign them up now, we'll go.
That was the best way to figure.
I seen what you did.
Okay.
At first though, I was like, wow, $1 million for milk and I'm gonna get all these buildings clean for $650. You did some good shopping then if that was gonna happen. So.
Our goal is to save money.
You did a good job on that one then. I'll even give you $700 if that helps, so.
But, I mean, are we clear for the record then? So it's just.
I just wanna make sure we have a supply company in place so we don't end up, that was my only concern, so.
Empire did become a nightmare within the past 6 to 12 months.
Understood, but in terms of the amount, it's not overly germane to the discussion, it's merely, that's a single line item.
Correct, because every time they go do a bid, they'll do the purchase order and say this is what they want, so you'll see the purchase orders as they come through.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Right. Any other discussion? I have a motion by Mr. Zorn and support by Mr. Masters. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Next item, please.
7.01 overnight out-of-state conference request, Amanda McLaughlin.
Motion? Support.
Motion by Mr. Zorn, motion by Mr. Honeycutt, supported by Mr. Zorn. We approve the overnight out-of-state conference request for Amanda McLaughlin. Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Next item.
7.02 overnight out-of-state conference request, Lori Bell.
Motion. Support.
Motion by Mr. Honeycutt, supported by Mr. Zorn, that we approve the overnight out-of-state conference request for Lori Bell. Any discussion on that?
The funding, 502. Yeah. Okay, it's reflected in
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Next item.
8.01 request to hire Tina Hernandez.
Motion. Support.
Motion by Mr. Masters, supported by Mr. Zorn, that we approve the request to hire for Tania Hernandez. Any discussion on that?
Final one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Next item, please.
Eight 8.02 request to hire Heather Betke.
Motion. Support.
Motion by Mr. Honeycutt, supported by Mr. Zorn, that we approve the hire of Heather Betke. This is Title I. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Next item, please.
8.03 independent contract for Sunni Cox.
Motion.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Masters, supported by Mr. Miller, that we approve the contract for Sunni Cox. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes 5-0. Next item, please.
9.01 personnel reports.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Zorn, supported by Mr. Masters, that we approve the personnel reports as printed. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes 5-0. Next item, please.
9.02 master agreement between Taylor School District and TACSA.
Motion. Support.
I have a motion by Mr. Honeycutt and a support by Mr. Zorn that we approve the master agreement between Taylor School District and TACSA. Is there any discussion on that? I think we all received a copy of that, and we have a hard copy of it tonight. I think we've gone through it before.
I think I had all my questions already answered, so thank you for that.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Does this require a roll call? I would imagine.
Does it?
I don't think so.
Does it?
They haven't done it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0.
And for clarification, I think it's because you're doing, if this is the document, you already approved the master agreement.
Okay.
But I would like to say that this, once this is printed, this will be the first time in years that all of the books will have now been completed.
Nice. thank you, Pat, and you and your staff, all that worked on that, and all the other administrators that worked on these. Next item,
10.01, other one.
anybody have another one tonight? Next item,
11.01, closed session.
we do have a closed session quickly for negotiations and, what else, Pat? Attorney opinions, right? No minutes, right, Lori?
Right.
No minutes. Okay.
Nothing on personnel or
No
litigation.
Personnel?
No personnel, not tonight.
Okay.
Need a motion.
Motion. Support.
Motion by Mr. Honeycutt, supported by Mr. Zorn, to go into closed session for the purpose of negotiations and attorney opinion. Any discussion? Does require a roll call?
Mr. Honeycutt?
Yes.
Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Myers is excused. Mr. Miller votes yes. Mrs. Stallini is excused. Mr. Zorn?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Votes yes, that passes 5-0. We will go into closed session at 6:42.